Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Righteous and
Ratchet.
Yes, and we're your hosts. I'm Miss J Lane, Jessica, just fine.
I am Paradise Doll.
What? Paradise Doll, okay.
I'm Paradise Doll. Y'all wanna know what Paradise Doll mean? Let me see. I like to tell you. So Paradise Doll came about if you Google my real name and ask for the Spanish version, they're gonna say Paradise. And then I feel like I am a doll in real life because I'm cute or whatever. That's where it came from. So I just put my Spanish real name in doll because Paradise Doll, and here she is, flourishing.
Okay, y'all. Well, welcome back to our podcast where we talk about everything relevant to our lives and maybe even yours.
All facts.
All facts, sis. Okay, so how's your week? How's life been for you?
I want to say day's been good. It actually has been good. Like, I've been working on me, working on my tool. Well, we had a little incident, but it's okay.
Oh, because she said she was going to work on her attitude. All we got to do is test her.
So people need to stop doing that, and if they know that you're trying to work on yourself. But, I mean, hey, I'm not here to call any names or point any fingers. But other than that, my week has definitely been wonders. I've been working on a lot, and yeah, I've just been booked and busy.
Okay, booked and busy.
Period. 2022.
Okay. And I just been busy. Just been busy. So my week, my last few weeks, let's be clear. My last few weeks, I'm gonna tell y'all a little tidbit about me so y'all can keep learning about things about me. I kind of get obsessed when I watch docs. Okay, so I watch documentaries a lot, and when I watch them, I get obsessed. They're mostly about our culture. I tried to get into a few like the Von Dutch ones and stuff, but it just wasn't hitting. But as far as our culture, I kind of like know where the people come from. I know if I didn't know anything about them, I know I've heard of them, so they're just a tad bit more interesting. But anyway, with that being said, last couple of weeks I was stuck into the rap underground game and all the people that play behind the scenes and the drug dealers, the bosses, the the big meat, what is his name? Big U. He's from Cali. Research him. He came out with a lot of people. He be with T.I., Snoop. He was with Nipsey, all these different people, and Dev from Atlanta, and just all these different people from Detroit. I got lost in those docs. Needless to say, those are my last docs. But this time, it's getting ridiculous because I fell into, what is the name? I don't want to mistake it, but LeBron produces it. And so it's about Sierra Canyon, the basketball team, the high school basketball team. And I literally got obsessed to the point that I started following all the kids, following their parents, you know what I'm saying? I gotta know what's going on. I found out LeBron don't have an Instagram because I ain't never been interested in him, but I want to know what he know attached to the children, you know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of them are grown now because I think D-Wade's son was on one, Scottie Pippen Jr.'s son was on one, and like some of these kids listen to other podcasts that I heard about. So it was this guy named Amari. I mean, his attitude is jacked. But I love him to death because he can be jacked. He got swag because he popping. But then I done fell in love with this little boy. His name is Shy. Like, I want to adopt him in my house, but he got a good mama and shit, so I can't adopt him. I mean, he going to a private school, so clearly they're doing all right. Yeah, I can't do nothing for him. But either way, it's a documentary. It was a 2 seasons, so the second season came out. I don't know how I came up on this, and I ended up falling into this and their lives within basketball, COVID, and high school. And these kids really live like adult lives. They just like, but they are still kids, so they play. But they is like on TV, ESPN, and this and this and that. But now I feel like I'm a recruiter. I want to know what college they go to. I get upset whenever I don't see that. Well, they ain't got no Instagram. I can't find it. I get upset. Like, they gotta have an Instagram for me. But that's how obsessive I get over docs. So that was my latest doc, and I'm trying to come down about that doc high, because I get a doc high, I get a rush, and I just started digging. I just started finding YouTubes, and I knew that Amari boy mama had dated Drake and this and that, but I've been on that. I just didn't know who the little boy was, but now that I do, I watch it, and it's good because I got my daughter. She don't even know barely how to dribble. And
so what app do you watch this on?
Amazon Prime, but that's free. That's free advertisement, but we'll give it.
Well, I'm just asking so I can watch it myself.
Oh, well, if y'all want to go watch it though, it's on Amazon. Free advertisement.
Yeah, I just want to watch it myself.
Amazon Prime. Y'all can holler at us when we get big, but yeah, Amazon Prime. I stay on YouTube on docs. I stay Hulu. They got some good ones. Hulu, HBO Max. I wouldn't say Netflix. I don't really get into Netflix. I watched the Mary one too lately. Mary was one that I watched too. I hesitated to watch Mary because I just really didn't think it was gonna be good, but it really was. So, anyways, enough about docs. I promise I will spend the whole time talking about docs. I really will. But before we start this episode, I do want to give a good shout out. Y'all can't see. I don't know, so y'all can see, because I want to make sure I represent my friend. I put this sweatshirt on. And I guess it was just like whatever. Like, I thought about it, but then I thought about it again. Like, yeah, I am gonna put this sweatshirt on because it's been. I had a friend that passed from a heinous crime that he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, did not deserve it, and he was gunned down, just literally just at the wrong place at the wrong time. He didn't do anything. He had nothing to do with those things. I hope to God and pray to God that one day they find his murderers and they get what's deserved of them. To this day, I pray. That's one soul that left us way too soon. But anyways, enough of that. His birthday is this month. So, this was sweatshirts. We used to get together and then say his birthday and name. It doesn't, because it's in Arkansas, it doesn't really happen to that, but it say Long Live Spoon. That was his nickname. His name was Spoon. We called him Spoon, aka Fred Cleveland, because I do want to give him the respect that is deserved. But yeah, before we got started, and since we recording and this will be airing near his birthday, I did want to give all respect. We miss you down here.
Rest in peace.
I love you, friend. I miss you every day.
Miss that smell.
Oh man, funniest. I guess we can get into some topics. I'm gonna go and start with mine.
Yeah, y'all ahead, let us know what you're talking about.
Okay, because she'll never know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get into some hot topics. My cousin, actually, she know about it, because my sister do not. Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's a show about, 1, 2, 3, I think it's like 3 couples are the main couples. It's like 3 or 4 couples. And they are all like entrepreneurs, got different jobs and businesses, and they end up just presenting their lives on it on the OWN network, since the OWN network. And they have a show that's been carrying on probably like 3 seasons, I think. Carlos, I think is I forgot the executive producer, but he did like the Housewives. He did a lot of different things. But anyways, he's headed producing this one, and so anyways, he did it. And recently they just had a reunion. The reunion consists of the 3 couples or whatever, but it's centered around this one couple that are now divorced. They got divorced during the seasons. They're called Melody and Martel. Those are the 2 people's names. They share 4 children together, if I'm not mistaken. 4 children. One is probably like the oldest is probably like, the youngest is probably like 1 year old. So they share, but ongoing, he has had an ongoing mistress. He's had this mistress before the show. He had this mistress during the show. I don't know what his relationship status is with his mistress now. Her name is Ariane Curry. She's not allowed to be on the show, so you don't really get to hear her side. You only really get to hear his side. He's been so much to call her like a peasant, just all these different things. Mind you, why he said all these negative things, and then him and his wife decided they're gonna work things out at one point in time. He like still ended up having a kid with this girl, a baby with this girl. So as much as he talked about her, as much he did, you know what I mean, or whatever. So anyway, needless to say, that's a little bit backstory. It would take all day to just go on and on. Y'all just look up that show and watch it if you can. But Ariana Curry actually sat down for an interview, which I don't think I've seen. And the show's been on for like 3 or 4 years, and she's not did any interviews. So she did one with the Tasha K. I think that's the name of the blogger or whatever that does it. But anyway, she did an interview with her. And it's not so much to talk about what the interview was about. Because as a woman, what I saw in her was just someone that believed a man. And even when she knew that she was so deep in love with him, she just didn't want to leave, from being young to old. But in the end of the interview, after she, would say so many things and do so many things, she blamed a lot of stuff on being younger, and now she's older. And she asked if she apologized to the ex-wife, and she's like, just for your part. And she was like, no, not because of what she did. The things y'all don't know all the stuff that she did. She just kept reiterating that she wouldn't apologize because of the things that the ex-wife did. And she was like, you don't think she might be upset, and I'm not saying it's an excuse, but, to start making peace for this situation, don't you think that she should? And she was like, well, no, she's making money off me because the wife makes songs from her. The wife does so many different things off of this girl. Now, she does, but, you know what I mean? It is what it is. She feels like she doesn't she didn't rip the family apart. It already was broken. I believe some of that too. So anyways, it's not to talk about Ariana Curry. It's not to talk about that situation. But at the end of the interview, she asked her not only about the thing, but she said, do you think you would get with him? And she said she didn't say no. And one of the things that the lady asked her was, do you think you only got the best parts of him being just a mistress? You know what I'm saying? A mistress, a side chick, or whatever you want to call it. And I think she was in denial about that because she denied the way that he acted. He never acted around her like that. So my question or topic is to take it away just clearly from that. Do you think that you could ever be with a man that actually cheats on his wife?
No. It's always no. Because the same way you get them, the same way you lose them. No.
Do you think there's stories where that doesn't happen?
No! You can mess with a married man all you want to, or a married woman all you want to, but the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. No. If you know about them, no. If you don't know about them, maybe. But after you find out, after it's too late, then it makes you sit back and think about, is you gonna do this to me? So absolutely not. Leave them false husbands and wives alone.
I just think that I don't think that she really understood that he had another baby by his wife after, they reconciled and figured things out and stuff like that. But I think in her head, she didn't realize that he was saying some stuff to his wife just as well as he was saying stuff to you.
Exactly. So he's gonna flip it and make his wife make it seem like his wife is the bad person. He don't fool with his wife, but in our reality, he's laid up with his wife and about saying the same thing to her about you, even though he shouldn't, because the wife's still at the top of the chart. So you shouldn't be talking to me about any other female, because I don't care. I care, but I don't care. So therefore, the answer is still no. Because I don't care what you're telling me. I don't care what you're telling her. We still ain't going to be together, but we can still smash. Basically. But we ain't going to be together. I don't understand how people get in relationships with married people. Like,
Thanks.
Why do you feel like that husband or that wife would leave their spouse for you if they already getting everything they want from you and they still married? That doesn't make sense to me. Now, if you just want to smash on them, hey, be my guest. Because ain't nobody sending big or little. Be my guest. But being in relationships and things, thinking that they just, oh, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend. No. If you not going in that house Because it is some relationships, what is called, polys or something like. Okay, great. So you can't go in that house around that husband, that wife. Baby, you ain't no girlfriend, you ain't none of that. You just a side. You is a secret. You might feel like y'all in a relationship, but that's really not the true tea. He or she can tie down on their spouse all they want, but in the days they gonna leave their spouse. And you as a man or a woman, do you want to still be with someone like that? I'm just asking.
I mean, a lot of people do it. A lot of people think that when they be with them, they're gonna be different. I don't know what.
Well, I guess since we do keep it honest here. So, me personally, I have dealt with somebody married before. But did I ever think he was going to leave his wife? No. And I wasn't interested in him. He was disturbing my peace. And I felt like since he was disturbing my peace, I'm just going to go ahead and juice and get what I can. But I ain't never think we was in a relationship. Why would I think that? You is married. You got a whole wife and family at home. No.
I think she was saying something in the context of she never was asking for that, but then he wouldn't let her go. Let me tell you how toxic that shit is.
That's all that is.
Don't let dudes tell you that, oh, I'm not going to let you go, man. I can't let you go. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to have to leave me.
Yeah, I kid y'all not. I be explaining to my exes all the time. I don't even know why I still talk to them. Because we friends. I'm friends with all my exes. I don't understand why either. But anyway, I had to explain to them all the time. One of these days, I'm going to get in a relationship, you know, and mind my own business. Just like y'all mind y'all own business. We can be friends, but you're not finna sit up here and tell me that I can't be in a relationship with nobody. I need to remain single while you land up with your partner and crying. No. That is toxic behavior. And I be telling them that is toxic behavior, and I ain't got time for it. So y'all know what I do now? Block. Anytime you feel like you're gonna argue me, block. I don't care. Block. So definitely that is toxic behavior, and I don't like that because you shouldn't try to control somebody else's life or whatever, and y'all ain't even together or talking about getting married together because you don't want to be together. But in their mind, deep down they feel like y'all gonna be together. But then when you pop out with your little partner, you in the wrong. How? If I've been giving you all the signs leading up to it, how you in the wrong?
Narcissistic behavior.
And I definitely believe in it. Because how? What y'all see?
Niggas gonna need.
Definitely.
Niggas is gonna need.
Definitely. So yeah, moving right along for that. But since we're in the nature of the topic of relationships and things like that, so when do you feel like it's time to let certain friendships go? And like, what I mean by that is you could be friends with some people, y'all could be close, y'all could fall out a little bit, get back friends or whatever, and then just one day the vibes just off. They just not there no more. Whatever the reason, maybe you done outgrown it, they done outgrown you. Maybe they wasn't your real friend, you wasn't their real friend, or I don't know what the case may be. But when do you think it's time to let it go? If you know on your behalf that you was like, well, I'm gonna try to do a friendship thing out again, but I don't know how I feel about that. And like me personally, when it comes down to my friends, I love my friends. The little ones that I do yet. But like people don't understand, you don't have to talk to your friends every day. I have a best friend. We don't talk every day. Hell, we probably talk once a month, and we just fine. We always pick right back up where we left off. But some friends feel like they are entitled to you reaching out to them all the time, you doing this, that, and the other. You're not entitled to that. You're not, because the same way you on social media posting is the same way you can hit my phone line. So when do you feel like it's time to just let them go?
I feel like when it's necessary. I feel like you can demote. I think what we forget is that friendships are a type of relationship. And so with relationships, we don't keep all of them, and we find a fit, and sometimes it fits for a while, and sometimes some fit. You get married, that's forever. You know what I mean? You know, whatever, for lifers. Or even like family. You have relationships with people. Sometimes you grow up with certain cousins, and you close to them, and Then in the middle, you know, y'all ain't close no more, or you closer to this side or that side, you know. So I think friendships work the same way. I will say if the friendships becomes toxic or one-sided, and you're always dealing with the one-sided, and it's like friendships are give and take. Like, if whatever I'm bringing to the table, you should be able to offer and bring something else, you know, to the table. A relationship can't be one-sided. That's in any relationship. So I think, and if you can't have a true conversation about it, then I think that's when it's time to cut that person off. And you can have a conversation with someone. Hey, I just wanna, we're gonna go on it. Or some people don't feel like they need a conversation. I've dealt with people that cut me off, and I cut people off. I'm a little bit more forgiving depending on the status of our relationship. If I've been friends with you forever, I'm okay with, let's have a conversation on how to work this thing out. Now, the thing about that is that I probably, more than likely, after that, is going to go on you for a test run. So we probably not going to be as close and as tight as we were.
Yeah.
But I'm not just going to throw you to the trash. But then I also have a couple of friends that I've ended friendships with, or, you know, we don't talk or anything, and I'm fine with that. Just that. Yeah. You bring too much drama or toxicity. At my age, it's just too much. Like, if you bring in all that, you just got, you can go. Yeah. Exit left. And if you got to get rid of me, if you feel like I say this all the time, and I mean what I say when I say this. If you ever feel like I'm bringing you down in this relationship, or I am the toxic, because I don't know, I might be providing something that's toxic to you, get rid of me. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? To protect your peace. And I'm not going to be upset with that. A conversation, I feel like at this age, it's cool. I feel like it's okay. I feel like, you know, that you can have those depending on how far and long your relationship is. But if we don't, I'm okay with that too. I'm not the type of person that it'll hurt for a while, just like a breakup with a man or whatever else. But I figured out I will be all right. I promise I will be.
All right.
So that's my thing on that, I think.
Okay.
And, you know, I guess with that, I can roll into like a topic that I thought about this week because it came to me while I was working out at the gym. One of the pastors that work early in the morning, he was the gym coach or owner was like, let me give us a word, and he said the word is boundaries, and I was like, oh, boundaries. And he was like, well, why boundaries? You know, why that word? And he was just like, you know, if you don't have boundaries, you can't set aside time and things for yourself. You know what I mean? In most words. And he was like, no with a period is basically definite. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, there's nothing else that has to come behind that. It's a no. It's a statement. No. If somebody asks you something, you can't do it. No. And he also said behind that, and it made me reevaluate, not also reevaluate people, but myself when he said this. He said, and if you have to give a person a reason why or reasons behind that no, if the no has to come follow up with something behind it, you need to reevaluate those people and what they bring to your life, or what, you know, what their place in your life is, or why they are even there. And I had to evaluate that about myself too, because a lot of times a person can tell me no, and I'm going to say why. So I need you to.
I'm definitely going to say why.
Right, but as we shouldn't. Like, I should be able to say no.
Yeah.
And it just be that. But we all get accustomed to, well, why? Well, why not? Well, why not? Like you owe. Like we owe each other something, but we don't owe each other anything. But you said what?
I thought I was so old. But I definitely agree. I agree.
That was old?
No, I'm saying I'm old.
You old?
I aren't.
You tired.
I'm tired. Yeah, I've been up since 5 a.m.
This podcast and stuff is not for the week.
Man, you hear me? I've been up since 5 trying to get it in for my goals in 2022.
When you're trying to maintain and reach goals, like, you really got to fit it into everything that you do. You got to do it.
You definitely do. And
I'm
it's
tired.
not easy.
No,
At all.
it ain't for the weak.
So what I do want to say, one of my goals for 2022. Some people know a little bit about me, and some people don't when it come down to this topic. And I don't know why. Like I've been like this for a couple of years. One of my goals is, well, I'm gonna start off by saying I do want to get myself a suite for my business because I do hair. So I do want to get a suite for hair and also fashion because I do like to design people and stuff like that. So somewhat like a little boutique. Baby steps, never grasshopper. But I do want to get myself a boutique. But what I also want to focus on is finding out a way to set up an apartment for the homeless. Like, I know it's baby steps in doing things like that because it's different things that you have to do. But here in Houston and everywhere really, it's a lot of homeless people out here. And I always had a heart for homeless people. I do. I don't broadcast all the time, but I do. I help when I can. Not all the time. And I cannot sit up here and judge the next person because that could be me in that same situation. So one of my goals is to get an apartment to rent out. Well, I get the apartment to rent out and surprise a homeless person randomly each day. Let them, have them a little hot shower, lay up for the night or whatever, and go on about their business next day or whatever like that, and keep it flowing.
Why don't you go and let them start sliding in your place for a day?
Do what now?
You want to let them start sliding in your place? Start somewhere.
Nah. And another thing though, my little friend or whatever, he's big on homeless too. Like I ain't even know none of this either, but he's been on homeless too. But one night we was just we went to the gas station with this lady. It was cold as heck too. It was cold outside. She was just sitting on the sidewalk, and I felt bad for her, but it's nothing I could do. Right now in my life, I can't help that many people, not like that. But she's sitting on the sidewalk. She was cold or whatever, and I felt bad for her because it was just like, well, what can I do to help? And how I even came up with this idea, honestly, I went to the nail shop yesterday, and this lady. Now most time, I ain't gonna lie, I say no. Absolutely. Because some of these people don't be homeless. But once again, I'm not here to judge them. But I was in the get out of my truck to go inside the nail shop. And this lady asked me for $1. And I reached down in my pocket. I didn't even know what was in my pocket. I knew I had some change, but I didn't know what change. And it was a $5 bill. So I gave it to her. And that just brightened up her whole afternoon. She was like, oh my gosh, thank you, whatever like that. And I was just like, you good, take care of yourself or whatever. I'm not going to tell you how to go spend it. I'm not finna go tell you what to do, because whatever you decide to go do with that little money, that's your business. So that is something that I do want to focus on. Is now you can't always pick out which ones is really truly homeless or whatever. So I would have to say, honestly though, because I don't deal with attitudes, I would have to say the nice ones. If they come off nice or whatever like that, if I approach them, yes, that is one of my goals that I do want to accomplish for 2022.
Okay, 2022. My goals. I think I'm going to go more so with a word. I say my word is going to be action. Because I need to be all about action this year. I have a lot of thoughts. I just don't have a lot of action.
That part.
So I have been focusing on acting on the things, i.e. this podcast. We're recording. We're being active. We're doing the things that we set out and say that we're going to do. And that's hard. It's harder than you think. Like, because you got to really fit it in your life. Because it's like, if it's something, though, that you want to do, though, my word of advice is to go ahead and do it. I got a lot of goals, and I'll do a few little things here and there right now to set myself up for these major goals that I have coming this year. And I'm going to tell people right now, you either get with me and get out the way, because I'm coming.
Thank you.
Because I am coming. Oh, and last podcast, we did RIP to Betty White, but the Mac. RIP to the Mac. He died. I seen that on the gram earlier. I can't believe that the Mac.
January 7th.
What's his name? We gotta look it up. We don't have nobody to look it up right now, but It was, yeah, Max Julian. Man, let me tell you something. Have you remember How to Be a Player when he was in there sitting over there in the corner? I love the Max swag. He probably could have got me to prostitute 2-3 times, probably, maybe 4, maybe 5. I don't know. It was something about him, but I fooled with the Mac. So rest in peace to Max Julian. You know, not forgotten. I will say about these people, Sidney Poitier. One thing about these people, at least they got to live prosperous lives. They in their 90s, late 80s, 90s. You know what I mean? Like that's what's up. Like, because you know, you look at a lot of people leave early. I grew up, I had PTSD with people going at 20, 21, 22, 25. So to see these black people, although it's sad and they'll be missed, but they at least, you know, they got to live a life. Yeah. And, you know, I'm more at peace with people that got to live a life. So rest in peace to Max Julian, and rest in peace to Sidney Poitier, which he is like, you know, an icon out here, and he paved the way for a lot of these actors out here. So that's it. So what is your social media of the week?
My social media of the week is just gonna be myself.
Okay.
I don't put in work as hard as I need to, but y'all please bear with me. I am very much so busy, so I do be trying to post my hairstyles on my Instagram and my TikTok. Once again, TikTok is very hard. Like, you really have to sit on TikTok for hours to edit something. Mm-hmm. Who doing it? Mm-hmm. So I would definitely have to just say myself is gonna be my TikTok for this week. But I also would have to say it's this one song, but I realize it's very much so old. I ain't know that, but I'm finna let y'all know what it is. It's old, but I really do like the song, and it's called "You Are" by Ash B. And it actually came out in 2019, but for some reason, y'all just go listen to it. And I'm pretty sure some of the song be trending on TikTok, but I'm really not hip like that. But it's a real good song, so y'all should try it out. Ash B, You Are. Mm-hmm. It's a love song to y'all, but y'all should listen to it. Mm-hmm. What about you?
This stuff went viral. I think, I don't remember the name of the podcast. I'm not gonna give them a shout out because they don't deserve one. But it was a 2 guys podcast. I think something like Fresh and Fit or something like that. That they ended up, the one they kicked Asian Doll off of. I don't know if you've seen that. It went viral on Instagram and everything else. And it was like she carried herself in a certain way. But it was trash the way them guys, like they say, they don't like dark riders, with night riders they call dark women. They don't do the Shakishas if you want to get on BLK apps or dating apps, you know what I'm saying? They don't date black women, aren't their preference. They, you know, they date like white, right, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's not, your preference is your preference. I'm not here to judge anybody's preference. But what I will say is that as being a black woman and those 2 men being black men, like to sit around and talk about us like that, like we bottom of the barrel, bitches, like nah.
Disrespect.
Very disrespectful. And now they getting clout. They probably getting a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. Everybody needs to speak up to this in a negative light because this is not right. And black men should not be talking about black women. And if we don't stand up for ourselves, yeah, we might be talking about the topic like everybody else is. So they probably getting clout and everything else too. But F that. Because here's the problem. Any other race feel like they can treat us like that because we don't stand up for ourselves. We'll let stuff slide. And I'm not here to do that. So although that was a negative clip, and I try to stay off the negative side, I wanted to mention that because it was trash, and y'all are some trash people. I've seen a few clips of how y'all talk and speak on top of black women, how y'all disrespect them, how you cut them off, but you invite them over to y'all podcast to talk, but then y'all still disrespectful. Like, we not gonna stand for that. And black men should stand up for us, as we do for them. and we should stand up for each other. But in this instance, black men should definitely stand up and tell these ninjas that this ain't it, and don't talk about our black queens like that.
No.
If you don't like them, you don't like them. Date who you like, but don't fool with us. Don't use us for clout. Don't invite us to y'all shows because we gonna get you more than what other races will. Don't do any of that. Don't bring us to your platform. Don't do none of that. So I ain't like that. They probably still gonna push on because they high known, podcasts, and everybody kind of listen to them. I mean, I don't know if everybody do, because I didn't listen to them. I didn't know nothing about them until they got viral, like, off of this dumb stuff. But, it is what it is. I didn't like it, so I had to bring light to it because I'm a black woman. I stand up for black women, and anytime I can. But anyways, that is it. I got somewhere to be, so I definitely got to get up off this line.
I ain't got nowhere to be at. But as always, follow me on Instagram, Jmhl.world.
And follow me on Instagram, just fine. Just underscore fine. I don't know my social media. Y'all look it up. Google just fine. Y'all find me.
Oh, so you Google
me.
I heard that. And
I think.
And follow me on TikTok, Paradise_Doll_J. And Jessica Lanier 18.
She gotta say it because I don't know it.
And then also go subscribe to YouTube, Life with Paradise Doll. And
subscribe, you guys.
And until next time, loves. Bye.